Welcome to Offploy's Disclosure Calculator. I want to talk you through the basics of what you're going to need in order to start your calculation. First of all, the date of birth of the individual for whom you are calculating the spent date of their convictions. It's important whether they were over 18 or under 18 at the time of conviction. It makes a difference to the rehabilitation period. Secondly, you will need the information around the convictions themselves. So that will be the nature of the convictions, the date of the conviction, and the sentence that was actually received. Please make sure you've got all elements of the sentence in order to have a correct calculation. If you're not sure and don't have all this information, there is a hyperlink on the screen that will take you through to an article that will give you advice about where you can get that information before you start. The easiest one is through a subject access request because it's free, but it does take up to 4 weeks. It's also important to understand where the disclosure is going to take place. The calculator will currently only work out disclosures in England and Wales. So regardless of where the conviction happened, it might have been Scotland or Northern Ireland or abroad, it's where they're disclosing that actually matters. The calculator will take you through 3 key stages. You're at stage 1 now, which is your basic information and welcome page. It will then take you through the sentence information. It will then bring you to stage 3, which is a summary page and then the results page. So it's quite simple to use, provided you have all the information that you need before you start. You are now at stage 2, which is the stage you will enter sentence information. You'll see on the sentence type page a long list of drop-down options of different sentence types that are available to a judge. If your participant or you as an individual have multiple elements to the sentence, you can put them all in at this stage, provided they were all given on the same date. So for example, you might have received a prison sentence, a relevant order like a restraining order or a sexual harm prevention order, and a fine. So just select each of those on the drop-down menu. When you then go to the next page, you'll be able to input the length of the particular elements of the sentence. There is another way of doing it if you wish to. You can put them in individually, but I think it's easier if you put them all in on this page. If you have a prison sentence that is suspended for a period of time, please make sure that you enter the actual prison sentence received and not the suspension period. So for example, you might have received a 6-month prison sentence suspended for 2 years. It's the 6 months that needs to be input, not the 2-year suspension period. If you have multiple convictions, all given on the same date, and they're running what's called concurrently, that means side by side, such as a 12-month prison sentence, a 6-month prison sentence, and a 3-month prison sentence, you only need to input the longest one in order for the calculator to tell you the correct spent date. You should also input the longest sentence first as a matter of course, even if they are consecutive. So in the example of 12 months, 6 months, and 3 months, if they're consecutive, you can input the 12-month first, select consecutive, add another conviction, add the 6-month, select consecutive, add the 3-month, and the calculator will add them all together to work out a 21-month prison sentence. Alternatively, it's probably easier to just add them together yourself and input them as a single prison sentence. But if on the same date you have some sentences that were consecutive, i.e. one after another, and some that were concurrent, running side by side, you may wish to input them individually in order to get the correct result. With motoring convictions, if you have received penalty points, it is almost certain they will be endorsed to your license. So you will need to select endorsement as well as the penalty points in order to get the correct result. If you received a driving disqualification, the calculator will automatically select endorsement as well, because there are no scenarios where driving disqualification would not be endorsed to a license. You are now on the offence type page. This is important because depending on the type of your offence, if the prison sentence is greater than 4 years, there are 2 possible routes for the calculator to go down. If the prison sentence is greater than 4 years and it is one of the offence types listed above, it is important that you select from the drop-down menu, and the calculator will then work out when the offence becomes spent. If it is not one of the offence types listed, such as fraud, please leave it on the default setting of none of the above, and the calculator will then apply a 7-year rehabilitation period to a prison sentence that's greater than 4 years and work out the correct spent date for you. You are now at stage 3 on the results page. There are many reasons why the results might not be what you anticipated. First of all, if you've entered a single conviction, but it has multiple elements, such as prison sentence and a relevant order, the relevant order is normally much longer than the rehabilitation period of a prison sentence. And it is not until the relevant order has completed that the prison sentence and the relevant order together will become spent in law. A second option is that you've entered multiple convictions. If somebody has committed another offence and been sentenced within the rehabilitation period of an earlier offence, that earlier offence will not become spent in law until the second offence is spent. So there is what is called drag through of an earlier conviction into the later rehabilitation period. There are many different reasons why your conviction might not be spent when you thought it might. And if you're not sure, please contact us and we'll be happy to discuss this with you. You will also note that there is a print option at the very bottom of the page. You can print or save the page as a PDF. And if you are supporting people with convictions, perhaps you might want to give them that printout as an explanation of when their convictions are going to become spent. If you have any issues or problems, please don't hesitate to contact us and we'll be happy to look into it for you.